Hey everyone, my name's Walter, and we're back here with more content from Reddit. Once again, we're going to be talking about nice guys. Now, what is wrong with being nice? Nothing. But you have to show people by being nice, not just talking about it. These guys like to talk about how nice they are. They complain about the friend zone. They give inappropriate gifts, and in particularly egregious cases, they might even don the fedora. But they are prone to rage after being rejected. You'll get the idea. Let's just begin with nice guys from Reddit. We're going to start by reading some posts from Reddit Nice Guys. I can't take this anymore. I think I might be a simp. Not as like a joke, but I feel like a simp. I feel like I would do anything for you because you are funny, cultured, and beautiful. I feel like shit when I say something and you don't agree. I don't know, I'm just a massive simp. I'm just living in a fantasy that will never happen. I'm just a loser. Have a nice day. Chicks always dig a self-deprecating pity party. Oh fuck yeah, he's degrading himself. Unzips pants. Yeah, this might not be the best method for hitting on someone. Guy I met over WoW years ago and I got into an argument because he sent a pic of a lewd anime girl to me as a joke and I didn't find it funny. This morning I sent him a message saying the argument made me uncomfortable and that I'd be muting the chat for a few hours. Came back to this. You could have just controlled yourself in the first place instead of being a bitch over what again? You got a little hangry? That is seriously the worst excuse I've heard an adult say. And if I'm not allowed to talk about Bleach or make a fucking joke without you getting bent out of shape, then I want to stop hearing about WoW and Dota because I don't play those. You said you're sorry things ended in an argument, but when are you going to stop pinning all the blame on me? Somehow you twist things to always be something I did, and it's childish. I've always been nice to you, but I can't remember a single time you've owned up to something, the whole time we've been friends. Unless you were hysterical at the time and couldn't think straight anyways. And don't give me that bullshit that you haven't done anything, because it's been roughly 4 years. If I can put on a happy face and humor your constant talks about Dota or whatever else, then you can control your itty-bitty hungry bitch mode to humor a bad joke. Honestly, if you can't just stop the urge to always make me the only one wrong here, then I'm just going to leave anyways. I don't care anymore. You could have said things differently? You could have just stepped away instead of saying anything at all, or realized you were getting bitchy without the densest person alive having to be the one to tell you. After you went on for the longest time about, oh, I grew up so much, I've changed, things are better now because I'm not like I was before. You haven't changed at all, except you talk a little differently. As the only person I interact with, I'm gonna let you know that's bullshit. I don't care if you've muted this, since you always seem to do that instead of handling an issue. I'll leave this here for 1 hour before I'm gone for good. Wow, this guy was very offended by her not liking his joke. Also, did he say this is his only friend he's cutting off? Well, that's kinda sad. If this is how he acts toward her, exactly who is he being nice to? His mom, maybe? He's so condescending I vaguely want to hit him. Calling someone childish right after sending a lewd anime girl. Advice for girls. If a guy seems toxic, it's because he wasted his time on someone but they rejected him, causing him to feel stupid and to change his ways, because when we feel stupid, we feel as though we need to change our personalities because we aren't good enough. Yes, some guys are just dicks, but not all of them. But just please don't make a guy feel stupid. Don't make us waste our time. Yeah, you see, if I'm an asshole, it's your fault somehow. Okay, now it's time to head on over to Reddit Nice Guy Stories, the place where you too can leave your stories about encounters with nice guys, good guys, decent guys, maybe even chivalrous guys. Nice guy roommate and his lovely comments. Alright, so here we go. So I am in college and live with 2 roommates. One will be called Jake and the other will be called NG, nice guy. So I'm a girl who typically gets along easier with guys as I've grown up with brothers and am more of a tomboy. Living with roommates who I had already known a year seemed fine until nice guy kept showing interest in me. I tried to think nothing of it when we would hang out and stuff, and for a while I thought maybe I liked him. He got a bit touchy and affectionate, which made me uncomfortable, and then we got to the first incident. As I was making myself something to eat and about to leave the kitchen, he came upstairs. I could just tell what was about to happen, but he cornered me in my bowl of soup at the stairs, putting an arm around my shoulders and asked me out. I promptly panicked and said I don't know before telling him no later, trying to let him down easy. Slowly over time, things went back to normal and we went to college and to the store as usual, like nothing happened. This went fine until the end of the year rolled around. I went with him to see his parents and their adorable dogs and cats as I was homesick and his pets loved me. Also, I still considered him a close friend. On the way back, however, we were jamming to the radio as usual before he commented, "You're not the worst singer, but you aren't the best either," and proceeded to rant about how good of a singer his sister was. This shocked me because I loved choir and had been singing constantly since I was little. I knew I wasn't the best, but it was important for me, and I had been working on gaining some confidence and becoming more positive about myself for 2 to 3 years now. Hearing this from someone I considered a friend hurt and almost sent me spiraling back into my depression, which I have been fighting for quite a few years now and have been working on bettering myself. I did my best to brush it off before, lo and behold, in the car again he commented that, "You aren't fat, but you aren't skinny." Now folks, I have never had an issue with my weight. I am 5'1" and just weighed 113 pounds for the first time in my life earlier this summer. That is the most I have ever weighed. Granted, with my back being permanently messed up after 2 discs in my back fused themselves together, I had ALL when I was little. My torso is a little smaller and awkwardly proportioned compared to normal. When I slouch, it can look a bit like I'm overweight. Man, no one has ever been overweight at 113 pounds. I can see the comments section now. Walter, if you're 4 feet tall, that would make you obese according to the BMI scale? This actually made me a bit self-conscious, and I don't know why he would say that when he spends most of the day with me. We live in the same house, have almost all the same classes, and eat in the cafeteria together. He knows I hardly eat and still said this to me. I once again tried to not let it bother me though, because it was already a stressful year and I was having some PTSD from stress and a previous ex who did some horrible things to me after we dated. I was not having a good time. To vent a bit, my roommate Jake and I talked about our more messed up relationships and just relax in the hall a bit since we were usually overly busy and didn't always talk. We went on for a few minutes before Nice Guy walked over and joined our conversation for no reason. He looked at us and said, "Well, at least you didn't get turned down the one time you tried to ask a girl out." He said it in kind of a condescending way, and he had never even asked a girl out before me, so it was obvious who he was talking about. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, he joined Jake and I's conversation and called me out for turning him down. This was so awkward I quickly went to bed and didn't talk to him much for the last week of school. I even asked Jake to take me grocery shopping since I am too nervous to drive in a city since I am from a rural area. When we got back, Nice Guy even asked why I hadn't asked him like I usually did. I just told him I felt like asking Jake and promptly went to put things up. I still don't think he realizes what he said and how all of that came off, but I am not looking forward to sharing all the same classes with him this semester, even if it is good for gas. On the bright side, hearing him act like that made me fully realize I do not like him, and I am working on building my self-esteem and confidence even more. Any tips or advice for this coming school year? Yeah, I mean the guy could be trying to destroy her self-esteem, but he could also just be bitter about the rejection. It's hard to be sure with the information we have. He's obviously young and not very experienced with women. It sounded like he was kind of pushing this on her out of nowhere in the first place. We are in close proximity, therefore we must date. I definitely urge the author to not take any of his comments seriously, but I guess at least she doesn't like him now. Okay, now it's time to read some more posts. Dear girls, dressing immodestly is like rolling around in manure. Yes, you'll get attention, but mostly from pigs. Sincerely, real men. Ah yes, I remember on the Man Show how adverse they were to scantily clad women, am I right? Attention, ladies. You know what, ladies? I don't fucking understand something. A guy will change so much shit about himself just to have a chance with you. He'll quit drinking, he'll quit smoking, and quit all the stupid he does, because you don't want him to do it. So he does that, he quits, and he tells you, hey, I did all this for you. I changed for you. I poured my heart to you, because this is how I fucking feel. But y'all take that shit and shred it. Oh, well, he's too nice of a guy, and I don't want him no more. That's why there's so many goddamn fuckboys in the world, because we're tired of changing for somebody just to get stepped on. And you wonder why none of us give a fuck anymore? It's because half the shit we do, y'all don't give a fuck about. We'll tell y'all how we feel, and not even 3 days later you'll be in a relationship with another dude posting pictures on your goddamn Instagram. It needs to fucking stop. All this bullshit needs to fucking stop. We're done trying, and if you don't like it, well, you can fuck off. That was kinda specific, wasn't it? You don't have to change everything about yourself. If someone expects you to, they might just not be the right person for you. Hey, let's cover a few Werner posts. If you don't know about this guy, he is not a great person. I have a video series on him. I adore women much more than I love men, especially toxic macho assholes, but I'm not here to be a friend to women who want to have sex with guys not named Werner. I'd be a much better husband and father than your platonic buddy. I'm not here to waste my time with any hostile dipshits in Spokane. It's not up for debate. Yeah, he really hates platonic friendships, but it's okay because he doesn't actually have any friends. I know, like I'm one to talk. When I see a woman, I stand at full attention because she's got some respect coming. I abandon all my lesser instincts and I prepare myself to enter the happiness of a conversation. Oh, women are coming to storm the gate, boys. You best prepare for surfers on the blue wave. Yeah, he brags about how much respect he has for women. Let's see what this respect looks like. New rule. Don't talk to my female Facebook friends unless you're a female or me. We'll try this out and see how it goes. Block button may come out. You will receive one warning, then a block. We'll call it the cock block rule. Thoughts? Talk to your female friends. Yeah, sure thing, Lucas. That sounds like a real reasonable rule. Let's get back to regular posts. Girls that want a good man, but are whores that lie and cheat. And when they do get married and their husband finds this, they will be divorced. Yes, this is mostly funny because it's a Pornhub comment. No idea what he could have been thinking. Ladies, us good guys do exist, but here's your problem. You don't want that good guy until you get your heart broke. The same good guy you declined and turned down 2 months ago had something to offer that didn't have a price on it. His heart and time. You see, you didn't want that. You saw the guy with the car, the fame, the luxury, the money. Then you have the audacity to say men ain't shit. No, sweetheart, the men you attract and get with ain't shit. Then when you are broken, you want the good guy to come pick up the pieces, and when he says no, you get mad. Want to know why he said no? It's because you left him stranded when he offered the most priceless of things ever for a man that offered limited materialistic bullshit. Ladies, us good guys do exist, but y'all overlook us until you realize love isn't labeled by money, fame, or cars. It's labeled by the time in which you allow it to grow and bring you up. Some of these guys just get off on the thought that all the women who rejected them will be sorry someday. Let's do something a little bit different and cover a short story at the end here. My ex-friend was a nice guy. I have a lot of stories because my life is so interesting. Anyways, so basically my ex-friend was a nice guy, I think? So he was a guy in my class I friended. We exchanged phone numbers and basically talked a lot. He started saying weird stuff to me after I told him I was a lesbian. He'd said he'd do stuff to me and tell me I was beautiful and I haven't found the right guy, and he'd tell me he was nice and if I dated him he wouldn't hit me. I think he assumed that's why I'm a lesbian. He spammed my phone telling me if I didn't date him he'd out me to my parents. I told him to fuck off and I blocked him. I went to school and I ignored him the whole day and just talked to my female friends. He tried to get my attention and ended up using his friend's phone to call me. He said he was sorry and if I dated him he'd make it up to me. I had to block that friend's number. It stopped after I moved. Very quirky. This is such a mess that I'm not even sure where to start. How is he trying to blackmail her into dating him with the fact that she's a lesbian? It just doesn't make any sense. Lesbians don't usually like to date men. Also, don't out people. This can worst case scenario get someone kicked out or even put their life at risk. I actually only started censoring Reddit names so I didn't accidentally out someone actually. I know that wouldn't be my fault, but might as well not do it. Alright, well that's about all the time I have for you today. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked the video, please leave a like. If you have something to say, you should let me hear about it in the comments. If you're new here and tolerated my video, consider subscribing for more of the same, plus other random Reddit stories. I got a pretty good reception to my last dating hell video, so we might be going back to that soon. I do apologize for the lack of videos. I thought my tier 3 subscription to Pokimane was bringing us a lot closer together, but I guess she just wanted to throw that all away. I'm just kidding, Q-Star's the only Twitch streamer that I simp for. I'd also like to thank my patrons. I'll probably do that by name tomorrow, assuming I finish a video tomorrow. These people help me with the fact that my content isn't always monetized, and I really appreciate it. Have a great day, everyone, and make sure you don't talk to Lucas's female friends. You cock blockers.